Hello everyone, happy Friday. I'm Lindsay Satterfield, productivity trainer and coach, and I want to talk today about how productivity is about creating good days. Creating good days, and 3 things you need to pay attention to create good days and be productive. So why am I talking about it like this? I've been noticing that there's been this little kind of backlash around this idea of productivity, and I think it's really born out of a misunderstanding of productivity. So especially now when we've been in the once-in-a-century pandemic, where there's lots of challenges, lots of difficulties, there's been sort of this idea of, don't try to be so productive, like just calm down, bring it on down, right? And I understand that. I think that that's wise. I've been actually telling a lot of my coaching clients, let's lower the expectations just a little bit to manage our way through this and have a good day, right? So I'm seeing that this idea of let's not be so productive is because we tend to use this idea of misuse this idea of productivity. In fact, I see people use the idea of productivity to kind of lash out at themselves, to not live up to what they think they should be, to feel bad. And if anything, being productive should not be about feeling bad. That's not going to put you in a productive direction. So what I see is this inherent in that idea that, like, let's not worry about being productive because it sounds so hard right now, is that we have this idea that productivity is this kind of stressed out, around the clock, hyper-achieving, overcommitted, superwoman, superman kind of idea, and that is not productivity. So I want to kind of bring another idea into the conversation of productivity. That productivity is really about, and I've talked about this a lot, your power, right? It's about your agency. It's about the capacity within your own design to have an impact. We're designed to be productive. We're designed to take action. We're designed to feel good when we make progress on something. And it's not an abstract feeling good. It's actually based on how we are neurochemically wired, how our hormones are wired. Our hormones predispose us to certain experiences and actions. And that could sound super fatalistic, right? It's not, because we have the capacity to take action, to focus in certain ways that impact our neurochemistry, which then predisposes us to certain experiences and actions. So learning to be productive is really the art of learning how to work with your own design, how to understand how we're wired and design our day in a way that works with how we're wired so we can be productive in this sort of virtuous cycle or circle. So let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Yeah, so back to this idea of hormones, because that may have made you go, that's interesting. So for example, if you really focus on things you're afraid of, if you focus on your overwhelm, if you focus on things you have no control over, hello 2020, when you do that, you can trigger the stress response, and that's the trigger of adrenaline and cortisol that has neurochemical effects, like shutting down certain parts of the brain, like the learning center of the brain. And that predisposes you to certain types of actions, right? So on the other side, if you're looking at how you can have an impact on something, focus on something more, focus your mind on where you have impact, where you have agency. That triggers the, where you can take action. That triggers the hormones of dopamine and serotonin, what are called the happy hormones. And that creates a trajectory. The learning center opens. That creates a trajectory of a whole different set of actions. So anyway, I love this stuff, you can tell. So I want to back up and talk about how productivity is really about the art of having a good day and having and designing a good day. So oftentimes we think that our day happens to us, but it's really not like that. We have so much power to impact our experience of each day. And I also want to say that even hard days can be good days, right? Sometimes the conditions in our lives are not happy, right? But there are still ways to take hold of our own capacity for agency, to make a hard day better, to have a good day in a hard day, if that makes sense. You know, I was thinking about a tennis match that I saw recently. The French Open was played this year in a different season, and so it was a lot colder when the French Tennis Open was played, and it's they play on clay courts, and the person who's considered kind of the king of clay is Rafa Nadal, and he's my favorite tennis player, if you don't know that already. And so all the commentators were talking about, oh, it's going to be hard for Rafa this year because the conditions are different and it's cold and the ball bounces differently and all this stuff. And I was thinking about this, and of course he won the French Open this year, and I was thinking about this, you know, an athlete trains so that they can meet the conditions, right? So that they train so that they can have a good, what am I trying to say? So they can have a good day under any condition, right? I was, another thing you may know is that I run with the Peloton digital outdoor app, and one of the things that the trainer was saying the other day on this run was a runner loves any conditions. Like all conditions are good conditions for a runner. You just have to know how to prepare. And that's really what we're talking about. So even a hard day can be a good day, right? So when we focus on conditions that are out of our control, that's when we start losing our sense of agency, our sense of motivation goes down, and we go into that stress response. Okay, so all of that is a big preamble to the 3 things you need to pay attention to create a good day. Oh, just to add about this good day and productivity, oftentimes when you say, I had a really good day, it tends to feel like a productive day. And when you say, oh, today was not such a good day, it often feels unproductive. So just think about that. Okay, so 3 things to pay attention to in terms of creating a good day. And again, I like to say creating a good day instead of having a good day, because it again emphasizes your agency, your capacity to create it, versus I wonder what's going to show up today. So the 3 things, we're going to start with the first one, which is mindset. So mindset, what you focus on, what you mentally focus on, is going to make a big difference on how you perceive the day. So I wanted to give you 2 things to think about. First, really ask yourself, how is your mindset? Are you optimistic? Are you pessimistic? Are you pissed off? Are you happy? Like, what is your sort of emotional mindset focus? So there's 2 things that you can do. I mean, there's many things, but 2 things that I want to share with you that you can do to up level. If you find that your mindset could use a little sprucing up, there's 2 things that you could do to start to improve that and see how that impacts your day. See if it makes for a better day. And one is to focus on what you can control. It's a really good exercise to, on one side of a page, put all the things you have control over, and on the other side, the things you don't have control over. I think this year we're seeing a lot of how we're obsessing over the things we don't have control over, and that tends to demotivate, to stress out. So we want to constantly make the effort to look at the things that we actually have some control over. That will start to put you in the power seat. You'll start to experience your own agency, and then the neurochemistry of motivation kicks in, and it feels like a pretty darn good day. So that's that. The other one is something that sounds super simple. A lot of people talk about it. And sometimes when a lot of people talk about things, people dismiss it. But don't dismiss this, because this is a really powerful mindset technique which has to do with gratitude. Focusing on what you're grateful for will up-level your mood, your hormones, your neurochemistry, and shift how you see options for action. And therefore have a good day and a productive day. So look at both what you can control and what you're grateful for is going to qualitatively up-level your mindset, and your mindset makes a big difference on whether you experience that you're having a good day and a productive day or not. The other one is energy. So energy obviously impacts your performance, your clarity. So ask yourself, how is your energy? And look for what can I do to improve my energy? Do I need more sleep? Do I need to hydrate more? Do I need better nutrition? Do I need, do I need to move more? So look at your energy throughout the day. When does it dip? Why does it dip? We do have a natural energy cycle, each person does, of rising energy, receding energy, and rebounding energy. And so are you sort of structuring your day around that? Is the falling energy falling too low? So look at, start to examine, what is my energy like? A lot of times we don't even pay attention to that, but it's so important. And there are actual things you can do to change your energy. And that will change your experience of whether you're having a good day or not, whether you're feeling productive or not. And so we've talked about mindset, energy, and the last one is action. So when you take action, you do experience your own agency, and that allows you to, triggers the neurochemistry of motivation. So again, motivation is triggered primarily, or two big triggers of motivation are control and meaning. So when you take action, that's exerting control. And it doesn't matter how small the action. If you think of something that you just feel so stuck on or you're procrastinating on, if you make one tiny decision related to it, if you take one tiny action related to it, you can shift your perspective about the day. You can shift your own sense of productivity when you just take a little bit of action. So what I'm talking about here when we're looking at action is from a habit point of view. What habits do I have that promote action, that promote me taking action? Do I look at my email and just obsess all day? Oh gosh. Or do I make decisions and move things forward? So take a look at how you are taking action and see if there are any small habits you can put in place that will help you take action. Is it that you want to figure out the most important thing of the day and do one action at the beginning of the day in support of that? That could be a habit that will start to put you in that power seat. So we've been talking about mindset, energy, and action. These are the pillars, or our three main elements that go into creating a good day and a productive day. And when we look at that, look at how can I create habits around mindset, energy, and action that will predispose me to having a good day and a productive day. So if you have any questions about that, leave that in the comments below, and let's have a good day. Let's level up our productivity, not in some frantic way, but actually really look at it as the art of having a good day, the art of creating many, many good days. Even if it feels like a hard day, we can do things that actually can also make it a good day. And to that end, I want to let you know that very soon we are starting the Good Finish, Great Start program, which starts the week of November 16th. We're going to be focusing on a goal, something you'd like to achieve by the end of the year. It's maybe something you're already working on, or something, I'll lead you through a process to identify something that's doable in that 6 weeks or by the end of the year. So you'll make progress. Again, you'll experience your agency. That will up-level your sense of impact, your sense of productivity, and get you set for the new year. We're also going to be identifying goals for 2021 during this 6-week program. And the way we're going to be proceeding through the program is building small habits customized to you around these 3 pillars, around mindset, energy, and action. So this should all set you in good stead for ending the year and feeling good and starting the new year in a strong way and an optimistic way, and having sort of working on that art of having many, many good days. So I hope you'll consider joining us. I'll put information about it in the comments below, and I will be seeing you next week.